All right, welcome all. Oh, wow. All right, I'm going to do that again. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back and welcome in. This is From the Pocket coming at y'all. Christian, 3 games left, 3 weeks, and then it's the playoffs. We had a bunch of teams, their hopes dashed on Sunday, and we got to talk about them. We had a lot of,
I told you one of them.
yeah, and to be honest, we had a lot of really good matchups yet again. I know some weeks it kind of gets a little dicey. That Sunday after Thanksgiving was just not good, but past 2 weeks have been really, really key matchups, and we have some more. I mean, next Sunday night is Ravens Patriots. Thursday night is Rams Seahawks.
This is the Thursday.
We are we get Bears Packers next week. So
we got 2 Saturday games.
True. Yeah.
Bears Packers is that Saturday.
So we are quickly approaching the end. But before we talk about Week 16 and all that, we got to talk about what we just saw in Week 15. I feel like we have to start. We have to start in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
With the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Which I predicted. Unfortunate how it.
Yeah.
The results. Yeah, I don't want to brag.
Well, and I kind of want to set the stage a little bit. Like I know people listening saw what happened, but so going into that, the Chiefs were to be eliminated if the Texans won, the Jaguars won, and they lost. And it is 16-13. Time for one more drive. The Texans and the Jaguars have both won in blowouts. This is it. And Patrick Mahomes blows out his knee. Very tragic, very sad. I will start with the Chargers just briefly, but I really don't have too much to say. Like, good for the Chargers. They've got 10 wins, and to be honest, like
swept the Chiefs,
and really like to do what they did in this game. Justin Herbert, playing with a recently surgicalized hand, playing on Monday night in overtime against. I know the Eagles have struggled, but like a very good and physical Eagles team. Overtime, get that win, and then to turn around 6 days later and go on the road to play in that kind of weather where Daniel Jeremiah is saying the turf feels like concrete against your division rival and against your division rival who is desperate, absolutely desperate, and get the win, albeit with a little help at the end. You tear his leg up, and then his backup throws an interception when they're already in field goal range. Like, that helps, but nevertheless, good on the Chargers, good on Jim Harbaugh. I mean, and Justin Herbert, too. Like, this season, to me, at a lot of points, really felt like it was going to go sideways for the Chargers. You and I had the Chargers missing the playoffs, and that was assuming, like, they would not have everything that's happened to them happen. Like, if you had told me, I had them missing the playoffs anyway.
I think I did.
Yeah, we both did. And if you had told me, oh, yeah, by the way, they're also going to lose Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. Omarion Hampton is going to miss basically half the season. Ladd McConkey, Quentin John, like none of their receivers are really going to like be that good. And their defense is probably going to be worse than last year. Like, I would have been like, this team is going to win like 6 games. And they're 10-4. And they're going to make the playoffs. And they just swept the Chiefs. Like, kudos to them. I really just want to like pour on that respect. They need to do something in the playoffs, and I think it is a long shot because I do think there is a lot of teams that they're looking up at in the AFC playoff picture. But, kudos to the Chargers. I wanted to start there, Christian. I don't know if you have anything to add on to that.
No, like you said, like shout out to them all the adversity that they have had to overcome this season, and to get 10-4 wins, sweeping your division rival. should be a really great accomplishment for them. So, yeah, nothing to add for the Charger side. Um, they're probably going to get the 5th or the 6th seed right now. So yeah, good luck to them on how they move in the playoffs. But I think the bigger story is the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes now going down with a torn ACL. He is getting a second opinion, I think today in Dallas. But all in all, he's going to get surgery. He's out for the rest of the season. I mean, the Chiefs season's over, as you said, with the Texans and Jags winning and them losing this game. So really, it's just all about next year and what this looks like. And it was really, I liked what Nick Wright said on First Things First, reacting to this game. And it's going to be interesting to see because we all knew, like, this whole system is Patrick Mahomes. Now, that defense was playing well the past 2 seasons with Spags in that defense, but them losing the corner that went to the Titans, can't remember his name right now, and losing defensive players, it's kind of been Patrick this year.
Yeah,
and it's really we're gonna see like the holes that that this team had a lot in this game. Obviously, the run game, the offensive line. I don't think it's totally fixed. Like, I know they had some bad injury luck with offensive line, but I mean, you can't go wrong with, bolstering that group there. So that could help them getting a running game going. Defensively, I think they need they need more help there, especially with the pass rush. I think they're back in. I mean, if they can get their front 4 down, and that way Spags doesn't have to blitz all the time to, simulate pressure, that'll help their back end. Because I do think McDuffie, I think, is a solid corner, and they usually have solid corners. So, for the Chiefs, they need to attack that defensive line, probably get a little bit more secondary help, offensive line, and fix this running game that has been troubling them for a while. They're probably going to get rid of Matt Nagy. I don't know what they're going to do with Travis Kelce.
I think he's going to retire.
I think so, too. I don't think he's getting another year. Like, he's getting married in this offseason. I hate to say it, but he's a little washed, in my opinion. It's just sad. Like, if he plays another year, it's just going to be like, why? Why are you doing this?
And he would have
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, and he would have to. I mean, look, they're as you're saying, right? They're not going to be in contention next year, right?
Well, there's a chance. It's what 8-9 month recovery. He'll probably get in surgery sometime this week. He has the potential to be starting week 1. I don't know if he'll start week 1. Maybe like week 2, week 3. I would be extra safe that he's 100% healthy coming back if I were the Chiefs. But we all seen Patrick Mahomes. He's uber competitive. So he's going to try to get back as soon as he can physically can. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not a gambling man. I wouldn't bet on this, but like, I think there's a pretty good shot he could start week 1. I don't think it would be great. They're not going to play in the opener. They're not going to get the opener. They're getting a 3rd place schedule next year.
Yeah.
So he could be starting week 1. I don't know.
He could. So I have a lot of thoughts on that. One, I did want to highlight what you said, right? Like, I think, let me look at, okay, this is going to be tough to say. I want to talk about some silver linings, I think, that come out of what happened here. Now, obviously, A, the Chiefs just lost their quarterback in a brutal way. B, the NFL just lost the face of its of the league in a brutal way. And Patrick Mahomes, like, I know we don't talk about it a ton, but, like, he has to actually rehab this thing. Like, he has to go home with a torn up knee that he can't walk on. He has to sleep in a certain way. Like, he has to go through, like,
The whole thing, yeah.
Like, we have a friend who tore his ACL recently, and it's a very hard thing. It's a horrible thing. Like, it is very tough. So, like, all of that is true, but one, I did think you hit on it, like, we're going to really get a chance to probably see without Patrick Mahomes what this team looks like. Like, how many flaws was he covering up for this team?
A lot. I mean, yeah.
And this is, to me, the silver lining, right? So, like, I think you're right. He could start week 1. I think that's optimistic. I do think he doesn't necessarily have to miss all of next season, but I also think, I think Nick Wright said something very interesting today. He said, because he's buddies with Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. He texts with Patrick Mahomes. Like, he knows him personally. And he's like, he made a comment. He's like, I'm not trying to be the one to break any information necessarily, but there is also more going on with the injury than just his ACL. So I feel like what he's trying to say there is there is more damage to that knee than just the ACL. So,
he was already playing on a hurt knee as well.
Exactly. So, I think, is it a torn ACL? Yeah. Is it other stuff too? Possibly. And
that'll just push it back even more.
Well, so I think this is the silver lining. Okay. Tell me if this makes sense.
Okay.
I think and I've talked about this a lot. I've ranted about it a lot, right? I think a challenge that franchises have when they have an all-time great quarterback is there is this pressure year in and year out to compete.
Yeah.
You can't have a down year when you have Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning. Like, you're competing every single year.
Yeah.
And I think what this does is they're going to probably finish 7-10, something like that. And they are, as a result, going to end up with like the 11th, 10th, 12th pick, something like that. They're going to get
a decently high pick.
Yeah. They have been picking at the end of the round every single year for the past 8 years. They're not going to do that anymore. They're going to actually have like a pretty decent pick. So they're actually going to have an opportunity to really stack some draft capital. And they're going to be, I think Chris Jones is gone. I think Travis Kelce, his contract is just too much. Like, they're going to, I think Karlaftis is probably gone.
This is his final year?
Chris Jones?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But you think they're going to cut him?
I just think they'll probably.
I guess we can deal with that later in the offseason.
But I think that's what'll happen. Like, I think this is the perfect opportunity for the Chiefs to rebuild.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be able to go into next year, and Patrick Mahomes still recovering. Maybe he misses the first month. Maybe he misses a half the season. Who knows? But, like, and I know they're not going to say this, and I know they're probably not even going to try to do this, but, like, they are going to have an opportunity to just say, we're out of it this year. Our quarterback's hurt. Like, he's still healing up. He might get some reps. He might get some games in, but, like, we're not a serious contender this year. And then Patrick Mahomes gets some reps, and we know even after you come back 9-10 months a year after this kind of injury, you're still not 100%.
Still gonna be rusty, yeah.
So what this does is it lets them mail in next year, get this offseason and next offseason with pretty good draft capital, good opportunity to reset their books, good opportunity to collect talent, gives Patrick Mahomes a chance to ice up, get himself back to 100%, and then at the start of that 27 season, you have a 100% healthy Patrick Mahomes. You have 2 off seasons of building and rebuilding your team to where now it's like, we have a window. Our window is back now. So, I don't know if that's how they're going to approach it. Again, if they just decide, Patrick, a month into the next season, you're good to go, let's do it. Like, I just think it's going to be hard because I think next season their roster is going to be worse than it is this year. And they couldn't make the playoffs this year with this roster. And we're going to go into next season, and it's going to be like the expectation, because you have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, is you still have to make the playoffs. And I just don't think that makes sense mathematically. So I feel like this is the opportunity for them to take a step back and say, look, let's use this window to rebuild the team. So when Patrick does come back, we're good to go. We're not having to Band-Aid these problems. So that is the silver lining I have
about
this, and I hope they do it.
sorry.
No, last thing. I'm sorry. We saw Tom Brady after his ACL come back, and that was the best version of Tom Brady we got. So, there's precedent.
I was going to say, I think that would be the smart move, but it also depends on when he comes back. Like, I don't know, like if he comes back at the beginning of the season or like a month in. Like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is uber competitive, and I don't think it's going to be hard. I mean, they'll try their best to be a contender, but it is going to be interesting to see. Excited to see what they do in this off season, and like I said, we get to see for these final month of the season, like what this team looks like without Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to be really interesting.
I agree. Well, prayers up for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I know people don't like the Chiefs, and I know people don't like Patrick Mahomes because they've convinced themselves that they're the bad guys of the league because they keep winning. But he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. This has been one of the greatest runs this sport has ever seen, and the league is worse off when a player like Patrick Mahomes is not available to play. So, hope he gets better soon. Hope he comes back full strength, and I hope the Chiefs use this opportunity to really rebuild this team because this team is in desperate need of a rebuild, like on every level, basically.
Yeah. Oh, I guess before we turn off this game, or move on to another game.
Yeah.
This is Patrick's 8th year.
Yeah, his 8th year as a starter.
8th year, 7th, but okay.
His 9th year in the league, his 8th year as a starter.
Okay, I guess. What is the stat? Because he basically has had the same Tom Brady ACL injury as Tom Brady had that 1 year.
Brady tore his ACL on his 8th season. Now he did it in week 1.
Week 1 against
season against the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, against the Chiefs. That's true. He did do that against the Chiefs.
That's crazy. But yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be interesting to see. Like all of it, how Patrick Mahomes attacks his physical therapy that he's going to have to go through, and what the Chiefs do, and going into the next season, and if they follow your plan, Jake, into the 2027 season.
Well, and the other thing I'll say, last thing, I'm sorry, is and then maybe this is kind of corny, but like, I feel like something we've talked about too is this human nature element of like, when you've been doing what the Chiefs have been doing, it is so hard to get up for a week 7 October game against the Raiders. Like there's just not, who cares? You know what I mean?
They're just getting to the postseason.
We're trying to get to the postseason.
I mean, but playing all the 7 straight years of excellence of either getting to the Super Bowl or the conference championship, like that takes a lot, and that's a lot of games.
I mean, he's played he has won 17 playoff games. I mean, he's won a season's worth of games in the playoffs. So I mean, it's he has played a lot of games in the past 8 years, and again, maybe this is kind of corny, but I feel like when you have this kind of injury, it kind of puts your football mortality kind of more at center focus for you, where you start seeing man, this can all just go away. And I mean, when you can't move that leg and everybody's training and you can't train because you're just trying to get your knee to be competent, that's a lot of thinking. That's a lot of gears turning. And I feel like when we do get Patrick Mahomes back, I wonder if he's going to be kind of rejuvenated and revitalized, and it's not going to be this just nitty gritty, ugly Patrick Mahomes. I'm just trying to survive and get out of here and get the win. I wonder if we're going to see a Mahomes that's kind of having fun again. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Anyway. All right. Well, Christian, where do you want to go next? Yeah.
I'm glad you asked, Jake. Nah, let's go to Sunday night. Nah.
Whatever.
Let's go to this one. Nah, yeah, I wouldn't do you like that. I'm gonna do you like that. Let's go to our game of the week. Your Broncos playing the Green Bay Packers, another ACL.
I've been waiting for it. Yeah, that was awful. I felt so bad for Micah.
Yeah, that terrible injury. But yeah, we both came into this game. Were very shocked to see the Packers were favored in this game. I feel like the Packers are kind of like the Cowboys. Like when they're good, everybody's just like, oh yeah, pick the Packers. The Packers are just gonna roll, and they kind of went into a but. Now they did have a lead in this game for a little bit.
They were up by 2 possessions at one point.
Up by 2 possessions, but Bo Nix turns the swag on in the fourth quarter, second half. And that's what they did. But yeah, like, dude, Broncos 7-0 at home. Like, I don't know. We'll see in the postseason where like it heats up. They'll probably see Buffalo there. We'll see how that goes, but maybe the Patriots can give them something also. We'll talk about the Patriots in a little bit. But yeah, like when they're good and Bo Nix is competent, yeah, this team can go win the Super Bowl. Like, I agree with you. I just am worried about the quarterback. And look, he had a good game. He's probably gonna get. They're probably gonna get the number 1 seed. So hey, hats off to Denver and Sean Payton. Like, they've built an excellent roster, and if this is the Broncos' year, what a year! Because Chiefs are out. Baltimore. I mean, they beat out Cincinnati, and I mean they're in a race with the Steelers right now to win the NFC North, but I don't think they're too scary. And it's just Buffalo and the Patriots who just gave up a 21-point lead to the Bills. So this is the year. Like, if the Broncos gonna do it, like, this is the year. And yeah, and when he plays like this, throwing 4 touchdowns, they're practically unbeatable, especially at home.
Yeah. I mean, look, I wanted to just do this really quick. Okay. On CBS Sports, their expert picks, 7 people picked. 1 of them picked Denver. On ESPN, let's see, we got 2, 4, 6, 8 people picked. 5 of them picked the Packers. On NFL.com, 5 people picked. 3 of them picked the Packers. The Packers were I heard it on the sports gambling podcast I listened to. The money was coming in on the Packers. The Packers were the big favorite. They were the smart bet. And all the people I followed, Nick Wright said the Packers were one of the best bets of the week. Cowherd said they were one of the best bets of the week. Like,
Nick Wright hates the Broncos.
yeah, but like that was the narrative going into this. The Packers are the better team, and this is where the better team wins. And I said it on our podcast last week. I was like, I'm hearing here the better team. I don't understand why they're the better team. Like, you go look at how many points after these games, right? They just played in week 15. How many points? The Broncos have 6 less points than the Packers do all season long. They're identical in points scored. The Broncos have given up 20 less points on offense than the Packers. They have a better point differential. It's like, well, the Broncos have had an easier schedule. It's like, okay, well, the Broncos, I believe they beat the Eagles in Philly.
They've played some playoff teams.
What happened to the Packers against Philly? They lost. And for the record, the Broncos beat the Eagles when they were winning.
They beat the Texans.
They beat the Texans.
I mean, that was before the Texans.
They thumped the Cowboys.
Thumped
the team
the
that the
Cowboys.
Packers tied. And I'm supposed to believe that, like, they beat the Chiefs. Like, I'm supposed to believe that, like, the Packers. Colin Cowherd said, he's like, Broncos probably have a better defense, but I don't even know if that's true at this point. Like, guys, what are we doing here? And
when the Packers are good, we just
there was no indication going into this game that the Packers were a better team than the Broncos, and they're in Denver. Denver's won 11 straight at home officially after this game, and we're just like shoe waving, like, well, the Broncos just keep winning by 1 possession. It's like, okay, they've won more games this year. Like, I don't know, it was so crazy to me. And the fact of the matter is, like, your point to Bo Nix, the Broncos have had more successful, like, outcomes this season, despite the fact that Bo Nix has not played well. I mean, Jordan Love has played way better than Bo Nix, and he's got less wins to show for it, and his team statistically is not as good anywhere. And I'm supposed to believe that the Packers are the better team. They're the first seed in the harder conference with the 18th best quarterback in the league. Like, that's crazy. And I mean, even Bo Nix, like, I know everybody's talking Bo Nix up. Like, I hate to break it to y'all, Bo Nix had almost 4 passes that could have been intercepted in this game. The Packers just dropped every one of them. Every one of them.
That's how it happens.
Over and over and over, they just dropped them. And I saw Jordan Love put up 2 passes that were questionable in this game. They both were interceptions.
He do that. He do be doing that.
Well, but it speaks to the Broncos, their ability to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like, and the Broncos early on, I'll give the Packers credit. Like, I didn't say the Packers were going to get blown out, but like early on, the Packers, their offensive line was taking care of business. They were neutralizing that pass rush. Jordan Love was staying clean. But as the game went on, they started getting closer and closer to Jordan Love. And then that game ended every single drive. He was just getting sacked. The game ended on a sack. And I just don't understand what people were so confident in with the Packers coming into this game. Like, it just boggled my mind. Like, I felt like I was on an island picking the Broncos as the underdog in one of my best bets. And I was scared because I was like, am I missing something? Like, what am I missing? Why is everybody on the Packers this week? This is crazy. And no, I was right. They were just wrong. Like, they bought into this narrative about the Packers, and it fed and it fed and it fed, and everybody started believing it. And then we get to the game, and it's like, well, the Packers are the better team, though. And then we played the game, and we saw that wasn't true. Now, I'm sorry to go on that rant. Now I'm gonna put on my prognosticator hat. The Packers are a little bit in trouble. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Losing Christian Watson is brutal. Losing Micah Parsons, like, these injuries are going to be brutal for this team, and it's going to make it way harder. Now, I still think their defense is really good. Obviously, though, you lose Micah, it's going to look a lot different. But, like, I mean, they still have really good linebackers. They still have good secondary. Like, I still love their defense, but maybe Micah takes it from an A+ to an A-, maybe even just like a B+. And that with this offense, this offense has been really good as of late, but I'm still a little skeptical of it, like long-term into the playoffs. Yeah, I don't know. As for the Broncos, hey, I've been saying it. You have. AFC Championship. Maybe Super Bowl.
It's looking like they have a real legitimate shot this year.
The team I had beating them is out of the playoffs officially. Yeah. So who's stopping them? I don't know.
Chicago's back on top of the NFC North.
Deserved. I don't know. Did you have any more notes on this game? I know I kind of took it over.
No, not really. Like I said, Broncos and the Rams have officially clinched a playoff berth. So shout out to them. And I shared a lot of the sentiments that you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, look, and that's not to say. I mean, the Packers are still very good.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to I mean, they are a really good team, but like, I feel very strongly. I watch this team, and I'm just like, they are like the 3rd best team in this conference, which is solid. Like, being the 3rd best team in the conference is awesome, but like, there is a gap between them and the Rams and them and the Seahawks, who I think are the top 2 teams. And it's them, and then there's a gap, and it's everybody else. They are closer to the Bears than they are to the Seahawks, like, for context. So, anyway. Anything else on this game?
No.
All right, I got one. We got to talk about this crazy game in Foxborough.
Yeah.
This game was so awesome. I thought we were down 21-0. I thought the bet was dead.
Quarter. Jesus, they went up early. Damn.
I really picked the Bills in this game. I'm like, this looks bad. I'm like, I look stupid. I look like an idiot. And then they scored a touchdown, but Patriots got a field goal.
Yeah, it was still 24-7.
Still 24-7. It's like, okay. And then it was touchdown. touchdown,
Yeah,
touchdown.
interception. Yeah, damn,
then,
3 straight drives, a touchdown.
But then the Patriots came out with
finally,
and Henderson got a huge run direct, made the lead blocker, and took the lead. And then the Bills went back down and took the lead. And then one drive to do it, and homies couldn't do it.
2 punts both punts by team, and then the Patriots 4 downs. Didn't pick it up.
I think my take on this is I don't know what to make of the Bills because
they're back in their Josh Allen do everything for us era. So once we got back now that we're back in that era, we don't know what Buffalo we're gonna get. Like week to week, game to game.
And what's so crazy is their defense terrible in the first half. Terrible in the first half. They were terrible against the Bengals last week, terrible against the Patriots. But then that second half, I don't know what they're doing in that locker room. I don't know what Sean McDermott is summoning.
Well,
they
talking about Al Qaeda to his guys.
Dude, whatever's working. I don't know. They gave up 21 points to the Bengals in the first half last week. They gave up 7 in the second half. This week they gave up 21 points against 24. The Patriots. Well, 21 in the first half.
Yeah.
And then they gave up 10 in the second half? They lock in, they figure it out in that second half. It's like, look, we're going to give up a lot of points in that first half, but if Josh Allen and James Cook can keep us in the game, we're going to win this game because we're going to lock it down in the second half. And
they find a way.
I don't know if that's a recipe to go win it all, but it is interesting. And it's working for them.
In this AFC playoffs and how we think it's going to look, I think it could work. We'll see how it does. I think this could get them to the division, out of the divisional round, into the championship. But who knows if they go up against the Broncos? I don't know. Patriots again, seeing them for a third time. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be struggled against the Patriots. They won this game, but recent years they have struggled against them even when they were bad. So
this is going to be interesting. Anything about the Patriots to you? Is this concerning for you?
Partly, but not a ton. Look, I think winning is a skill, and I think
you can only play who's on your schedule.
But I also think it's one thing to be beaten up on the Saints and the Titans and the Raiders or whoever they're playing, right? Mm-hmm. It's another thing when it's you're going into this game, you're playing a desperate Bills team. You're trying to sweep them, which is insane to think about that was even on the board at the start of the year. And it's your hat and shirt game. You win this game, you win the AFC East. And And to not get it done is pretty tough. That's tough, but I also think it speaks to I think we have this expectation that this young stud quarterback and this young stud team with their new coach and their cool roster, they're just going to waltz into the playoffs and they're going to be able to beat everybody. And it's no, you have to learn how to do that. And good news is they're kind of learning now. They have an opportunity here to kind of learn from this and learn how to do that for when the playoffs start.
I think, this was a playoff, as close as the playoffs you can get in the regular season, one of them.
And, next week they got the Ravens. So, their last 2 games are against the Jets and the Dolphins, so, those aren't going to be playoff atmospheres. But, you're in Baltimore next week. You have an opportunity.
Nice road test.
Yeah, it's a good test. And you have an opportunity to Baltimore's essentially playing a playoff game.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be in a playoff atmosphere, and you're going to have an opportunity to kind of have another crack at it, and, that might help you. But, I think it's concerning in how they respond and what they can do this year, but I also think you need a loss like this before you can go win.
Okay, Kevin.
You do. It's true. It's
no. They did need a good test, and
you need to lose.
What a test they got.
You need to learn to lose these kinds of games in order to set yourself up to win later, and so that's why I'm not overly concerned. But if they go into Baltimore next week and lose.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so now we've seen you play two good teams and lose. I'm not going to be convinced when you beat up on the Jets and the Dolphins. I'm not going to feel uber confident going into that, especially when you have the Bills, who are the Bills, and you have the Broncos, who have, by the time they get to the playoffs, they're going to play the Chargers again. They're going to play, they would have beaten the Chiefs, maybe the Chargers, the Eagles, the Packers, the Texans. Like, who do you feel better about at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, as for the Bills, good job. Good job. Good job. It's entertaining. I love it, but
but we're back in that era of Josh Allen, and I guess James Cook is coming for the right too. But yeah, we're gonna get these up and down games by the Bills, I think, because they can't stop
the playoffs.
They can't stop nobody.
All right, where do we want to go next?
The other marquee game. Let's go to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
This was back and forth game. Detroit Lions on the road to the Rams. Detroit trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They go down 41-34 in an absolute just offensive explosion during the game. Devontae Adams got hurt in this game.
Yeah, he pulled his hamstring.
That sucks. But Puka Nacua had a great game. 9 catches, 181 yards. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdowns, 368 yards. Had an interception. But yeah, they get the win here. 500. Jesus Christ. Nobody played defense. Rams had 519 total yards, and the Detroit almost had 400 total yards.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson played defense the first drive of the game when he almost got a pick six. And after that, it was just a track meet. But no, I mean, I thought the Rams were going to walk over this team, and they didn't. They were down by 10 at one point, and they were trailing up until the third quarter, and then they finally got a grip and got the lead, and they built on it, and then they put it away, had 2 touchdown lead. The Lions ended up making it a little interesting, but yeah, I mean, the Rams took care of business, and you're hearing them talk about how like they just feel like they're getting better and better, and like they feel like they're unstoppable, and they have the right to feel that way. I mean, they really are. I have them as the best team in the league right now. And I think it's well earned.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I do think this is probably the best team in the league. Sorry, Detroit. Or sorry, Denver.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
But yeah, Detroit since what week was that? 1, 2, 3.
But I'll say this:
since week 6, they have been 500.
I mean, it's win, lose. Now, the good news for the Lions is, and I hate to kind of poo-poo on the Bears. I don't mean to, but, the Lions have the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Bears their last 3 games. The Bears have the Packers, the Niners, and they close against Detroit. So,
this could be a game, winning it in or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a really good chance that, Chicago does drop their next 2 games, and which I don't think they will. I don't think they will drop both their next 2 games, and I don't automatically assume Detroit's just going to win both their next games as well. I mean, one of those games is against the Vikings, who, if we recall, thumped them in Detroit not too long ago. Or was that? I don't remember. That might have been in Minnesota, but you get my point.
Yeah.
But and also that game, I know people. The Lions blew out the Bears. That game in Week 18 is in Chicago. That's Jared Goff in the elements. Against a Bears team that is rolling, probably. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. So I'm not necessarily. I know the common wisdom is well, the Lions are still probably going to get in. I'm not convinced of that.
I don't know, especially if they keep this trend up. They'll probably be the Steelers next week, but then Christmas Day, it's a toss-up. I don't know if they'll win that game on Christmas.
Well, and the Packers. I mean, they got the Bears next week in Chicago. Who knows how that's going to go? That feels like a 50-50 game. They got the Ravens the week after. The Packers could easily lose their next 2 games. So, I mean, this NFC North is so wide open, so up in the air. It's very exciting. No idea what this final order is going to be, except that we know Minnesota will be in last. Sorry, Minnesota. But yeah, good for the Rams. Lions, not doubting you, but man, it's getting tough. I kind of want to have this next discussion. I just kind of want to talk about the NFC South all in one because we had a crazy game on Thursday, and then obviously
I went to bed. I was like, "Oh, okay, Bucks got this." Woke up the next day. Falcons won. Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. No, it's I mean the Panthers losing to the Saints, Bucks losing to the Falcons.
2.5.
7-7. You did hit that 2.5. Best bet of the week. But I mean, look. To me, like, it's interesting. It's fascinating. It's kind of wild that like neither of these teams can kind of figure their stuff out. But they're going to play each other 2 times in the next 3 weeks. I mean, you're basically going to have the NFC South championship in the next 3 weeks. So, Carolina, the 1 week they don't play the Bucks, they play the Seahawks. Now, I know that's like, oh boy, Panthers going to lose that. I mean, they beat the Rams, they beat the Packers.
Did they show up for these?
I mean, they for some reason they beat the Cowboys. I know that doesn't mean too much, but like, I mean, for whatever reason, they get up. They get up for these games. So
I mean, they go 2-1, or do they have to sweep the Bucks? Or
I mean, if they go 1-2,
1-2,
yeah. So if they go 2-1, well, it depends on what the Bucks.
Yeah, it depends on what the Bucks do. Like the Bucks at least have to.
They're both. I don't see their. Let me see if I can find their
playoff.
Well, I want to see their division records. That's what we need to see here. Division. Okay, I have it right here. So they are both. Jeez, they're both 2-2 in division.
They both lost to the Saints.
Yeah, I guess they both lost. The Panthers lost to the Saints twice. The Bucks lost to the Saints. Yeah, they just lost last week to the Saints.
Yeah,
and to the Falcons this week. So they're both 2-2 in division. So yeah, I mean, if they split, let's say they split, right? So one team wins one game, the other team wins the other. It's going to come down to that third game.
What happens in week 16?
And the Bucks
are
playing the Dolphins, and the Panthers are playing the Seahawks. So Panthers kind of got the short end of the stick on that one. So the Panthers, I mean, again,
we could beat the Bucks. We could beat the Bucks, maybe.
You could, but like, I would rather play the Dolphins than the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So, Carolina, like, you just got to take care of business against the Bucks. And if you
just got to win your Carolina
Seattle game, you're fine. But you can't. If the Bucks win this upcoming Sunday, they are in prime position because all they would need to do at that point is beat the Dolphins, and they have.
Oh yeah, they beat, especially
they have it locked up because that's 9 wins, and you'd have what? Well, wait, yeah, no, they would need the Panthers to also lose to the Seahawks, which
is
probably have. I say that very tentatively, Carolina. I know what your reputation is.
Any given Sunday,
probably you will lose to the Seahawks. So.
The Colts
wild division.
Had a close game.
I was talking to my father-in-law. My father-in-law is like, he doesn't like follow football that closely, but he's like, why is that team 7-7 and they're like in 4th place? It's like, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, yeah.
That's the NFC South.
That's the division. He's like, their division must just be that bad. I'm like, their division is that bad.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the worst divisions.
The Lions are about to miss the playoffs with 10 wins, and the NFC South is going to send a 9-win team, maybe an 8-win team. Who knows to the playoffs? I mean, I know we're sitting here like, well, they could beat the Dolphins. It's like you're dropping to the Saints and Falcons, like. Is any game guaranteed?
Todd Bowles cussing out people in the press conference. Well, I don't know.
Coaches did all they could do.
I don't think he didn't name names, but like their shots being fired, like it doesn't look good.
The
What's
coaches
going on?
did everything they could do.
Like it's not looking good in Tampa
Yeah,
right now.
it's really funny how like the Bucks are 7-7, and it's just hell on fire. Everything is terrible. The Panthers are 7-7. If you're a Panthers fan, you're like,
got a shot. Like,
this is going pretty well. This has gone pretty
Still
well.
don't know
honestly.
what to think about Bryce Young. But
Really pissed that we got swept by the Saints for some reason, but you know, I mean, they're 4-10. 3 of their wins have come from in division. They're 3-2 in the division. Like how it? What is that?
I don't know.
Oh man, but yeah,
Three
I
of their 4 wins are in the division.
3 of their 4 wins are in the division.
That's hilarious.
Swept the Panthers and beat the Bucks.
That's hilarious. What was that? The Giants. They beat the Giants. I was like, what was that?
Oh, they did beat the Giants. Giants are 2-12.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, where do you want to go next, Christian?
I guess we can talk about Baltimore and the Bengals. Bengals got their season ended.
Dude, Jamar Chase is out here saying, I haven't ever had to pick Joe up. I had to pick that guy up. That guy's
Joe Burrow has been a little emo these past few weeks. I mean, which I get it. Like
is he gonna force
he's been
himself
injured.
out?
He wouldn't be the first Bengals quarterback.
I want him to go to the Vikings. I don't know how it would happen. I don't know. I'm not making a prediction, like, but I want it to happen.
That'd be crazy. That would be insane. The draft capital they would have to give up to get Joe.
I'd give up 3 firsts. I'd give up 3 firsts and JJ McCarthy.
I don't think you're not allowed.
You're allowed to give up to 3 firsts.
Up to 3, but I don't think they can. Can they do that?
Yeah. That's as far as your draft capital can extend into the future.
Okay, but okay. I think Nick Wright was saying something that kind of confused me. Where you can get 4. Oh, if you have
it's up to 3 years of futures. But like if you have multiple draft picks within one of those years, you can send as many as you want. You can just only send up to 3 years into the future.
That'd be a crazy wild trade, but that would do good for Joe Burrow. He gets to go back with another teammate, Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson gets to finally be Justin Jefferson.
And Justin Jefferson gets to get a good quarterback. So, it's gonna be. I don't know what Cincinnati does. They have a lot of stuff to fix, and I mean, Joe should have the cachet in that organization. Like, hey man, my second year, I think y'all do the playoffs. The year following, we lost in the AFC Championship game. Now he did. He was a proponent to pay both receivers, but he also did try to talk them into signing Trey Hendrickson too, who's probably going to walk after this season. So it's not great. It's not great what it's doing, what's happening in Cincinnati. Going to be their 3rd straight year missing the playoffs when they have a generational quarterback, and every week we're like, man, is Joe, you okay? Like that's not a good sign.
No, it's not. It's all bad. And to be honest, like I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because I'm just gonna start trashing Cincinnati, and I do that too much on the podcast. So we're gonna just
no.
Stop.
They know. They should know. Like they're not a greatly run organization. They just
but their fans know it.
Yeah,
we ain't gotta subject their fans to that. But as for the Ravens, clutch. I will say this game was very weird early on. Like there were some weird turnovers, and both quarterbacks. It was like one quarterback would get whacked, and then they'd show the next quarterback, and he'd get whacked, and it was just like this is just a weird game. But defense came through for the Ravens. I still am very skeptical as well. But look, the Ravens. They got the Patriots this upcoming week, and they got the Packers the week after, and then they close against the Steelers. So they're going to have the chance to show us what they're made of. And I agree with you. I'm skeptical, but it's all unlike the Chiefs where it's just they don't they haven't had everything in front of them for 2 weeks now. It's all still in front of the Ravens. If they control their own, if they just win out they're gonna be 10-7.
Even if they get in, like
I'll say
I'll
this.
give them like a while. Like they'll play. What is it, like Jacksonville? No, Jacksonville's winning. Oh, wait, who's on top of the AFC South? Is it the Texans or Jacksonville?
It's the Jaguars right now. Texans are in a wild card.
I mean, they play the Tech. They be the force.
Look, I'll say this. If this is the same thing about the Chiefs a few weeks ago, where it was like, if the Chiefs get to the playoffs, I'm scared of them because that would have meant that they had won 5 straight games to get to that point.
Yeah.
If the Ravens get to the playoffs, it's probably because they went and won the last month of the season against the Bengals, Patriots, Packers, and Steelers. That's a scary team to me. Like, that's a scary team.
I can see I can see them going to the divisional. Like, even if they win their last 3 games, they make to the postseason, they get a home playoff game. I'll give them that game, depending on who they match up against. If it's the Chargers, sure, I'll probably give it to them. It's the Texans, hell no. The Jags, yeah, I'll give them a shot. Other than that, though, I'm not. I don't see this team going far. Like, maybe the divisional. Like, that's a maybe. I would not. Now, depending on how they handle these last 3 games, because Lamar hasn't looked great. Defense hasn't been bad. It seems like they kind of fixed up their defense, but I'm just really worried about this offense. And, every week we're like, Lamar missed practice for whatever reason. And then he just kind of looks shaky in the game throughout the 4 quarters. So, they handle business. I mean, Cincinnati is not has been run poorly as an organization, and Baltimore is least stable at the moment. But I still don't. We'll see if they win out 10-7, win the division. I'll see how I feel, but I still won't believe in this team. But it is what it is, and this was my Super Bowl pick.
I think something that's interesting about this game is, was this more Baltimore finally waking up, or was this more Joe Burrow and Cincinnati are mailing it in, and Joe Burrow is giving up, and he just does not care anymore? You know what I mean? And if it is the latter, then yeah, this isn't going to indicate anything. They're going to get the Patriots in a bad mood, and it's going to be tough. But, I mean, if this is them waking up, like, baby, we got the chance. And
See.
Honestly, I would love to see Lamar in the Super Bowl. So
it would be nice.
It would be nice.
And it would have been nice because it would have been nice because this was my Super Bowl pick. But I don't know.
You just being real. You just being real. I get it. All right, let's see. What else we got? What other game? We can talk about not really any other game I really want to hit on. We can kind of breeze through some of the actually let's talk about the Seahawks Colts game really quick.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, you wanna do your Cowboys?
That was gonna kind of just be like a flyover game. Like, neither team's playing for anything. Like,
1%. Got 1%.
Chris Collinsworth during that game, I guess we'll just talk about it really quick. Chris Collinsworth during that game was like, he's like, they have a 1% chance. He's like, and I did the math myself on that one. It's like, all right, Chris, whatever. Anyway, Seahawks, look, man.
Didn't blow them out.
No, and honestly, in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't put them in my best bets because I was really kicking myself for not, because I was like, they're going to destroy this team. And they were down by 10 points at one point in this game. And Phillip Rivers was not dicing them up, but he was doing enough. And, but I think, again, like, this was definitely I heard Colin Cowherd talking about this, and I thought it was a good point. It was very much let's just go in there and just get out. Like, run the ball, keep the game short, stay healthy. Sam Darnold doesn't the only way we lose this game is if we make stupid mistakes. Like, if we just go out there and play our game, we're going to win. We have the Rams in 4 days. Like, we need to just get in and get out of this game. And they did that. And, you know, it is what it is. Phillip Rivers did not look bad. I still hate the fact that we just went and put Phillip Rivers into a game. I think that is just asinine.
It's crazy.
I think that is beyond insane that we did that, but, like, it is what it is. I think if Phillip Rivers is going to play extended time, like, I guess over time, like, he's going to get more accustomed to the game, and that's going to help him, like, in terms of conditioning. But, like, I just hate the idea that we're putting, like, if I am Riley Leonard, I am so offended that, like, they would rather start this 44-year-old man, not even football player anymore, this 44-year-old guy,
grandpa,
who hasn't played football in 5 years. Didn't even, like Frank Ragnow has been retired for 10 months, and he's failing a physical for the Lions. Like, we got this guy, like, this man Phillip, he looked out of shape. Like, we could be real. And I'm not trying to body shame a man. I'm just saying, like, you let this man come in here with a week of prep, no conditioning, and just let him go be your quarterback.
Let her rip. Let her rip.
Like, if I'm Riley Leonard, I'm like, this is bull,
look,
man.
To be fair, she must have to sign on to that. Like, they just didn't run that by. They didn't just be like, we're gonna bring in Phillip Rivers. Let's not tell her until, like, she shows up.
No,
like,
I'm not saying.
She's at the practices and stuff.
I know they got permission.
Like, it's not like they hit Phillip Rivers for the whole week.
As a concept, I hate that. Like, I'm just like, dude, I would be so pissed. I would be so mad.
It's like, look, I know we're season's kind of floundering, but we got the solution. And she's like, what is it? It's like, let's bring in Phillip Rivers. And they're like, what?
What?
I don't.
To me right
yeah,
now?
it's not good. But, like, poor Colts. I'm sorry, Colts fans. What a wild season the Colts have been put through.
It has truly been bizarre.
I mean, this whole year has been crazy, but yeah.
It has. All right. Anyway, what other games you want to talk about? We can kind of rapid fire the rest of them if you want. I don't really have any other ones that I was wanting to do a deep dive into.
Like I said, Kyle Pitts had a career year.
Career day or year?
Career day.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I don't know how his year's going, but 11 catches, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns. All 3 touchdowns for Kirk Cousins were to Kyle Pitts. Yeah, Falcons get the win. They're 5-9, beating the Bucks, spoiling the Bucks, making their season a bit tougher. As we talked about, Todd Bowles going in the press conference, I guess putting it on his players or taking a shot at Baker. I don't know what's happening in Tampa Bay, but
it wasn't me.
But yeah, that's going on. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, not too much else. I gave my thoughts on the South. I will say, kind of transition to some other quick games, just quick hitters. Eagles 31-0 Raiders.
Yeah,
good.
People were like, "Oh, this
game.
Raiders could do this." Is like, no.
I didn't think they'd win. I thought they'd keep it close. Not close, like close within. They were 11.5 point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought they would like 21-10 felt on the board to me.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, Kenny Pickett was bad. The Eagles were, they understood, like, the only way we lose this game is if we
we're just totally insane.
We just won't do that. We will choose not to be insane and stupid, and we will win this game no problem. And they did. So, big fan of that. We got the Titans losing to the Niners. Honestly, going to have to come back to y'all. I did not see any of this game. I was totally locked in the afternoon slot to the Rams, Lions, and to the Packers, Broncos. So, more thoughts on that. I'll let you know if I saw anything. And then another game I saw nothing of, Washington, New York. I just saw some big plays coming out of that.
Grind in the all-22?
Not yet. I'll get to it. But, again, like, a lot of those those noon games, I was zoomed in on a couple other games that weren't that one. So, yeah. And then other highlight, Trevor Lawrence threw 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns. Oh, my God.
So good for Trevor Lawrence. And the Houston Texans routed the Cardinals. They were up 17-0, like, before I sat down with my bowl of chips. And I sit down at noon sharp with my bowl of chips to watch games. And they were up 17-0 by the time I did that. So that shows you how quickly that game got out of hand.
Yeah, hottest team in football right now, I would say.
Texans look so good. I mean, they look so good. CJ looked really good. Their defense that defense good. If they win a Super Bowl this year, I'm calling it. And I know it's a big if, but I'm saying if they win the Super Bowl this year, we're going to look at that defense as a historic unit.
Oh, yeah.
As a historic
For sure.
So, exciting there. We have that
Especially
on our hands.
Starting 0-3 in the season.
True. They'd be the first team to ever win the Super Bowl starting 0-3.
Damn.
It's never happened. Now, it does help when you have that extra game.
Yeah.
But we've only seen teams start 0-2 and win the Super Bowl, never 0-3. So, all right. Last game for me, Cowboys, Vikings. JJ McCarthy grittied on us. That was embarrassing. God, that was so embarrassing. He put up 30 points on us. I was so mad. I was like, we're really letting this bust of a quarterback do this. I mean, I knew it would happen. I was like, of course he's going to tear up our defense. Like, he has to. And he did. So,
he did. We forgot to mention the Bears' BTA to the Browns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
just
good on they did. Dude, Caleb Williams, he had a crazy throw to DJ Moore in this game. I rewinded it like 6 times and showed everybody I was hanging out with because they're all Bears fans. And he says after the game, they were like, is that like an ill-advised throw? And his answer straight up was, no, I can make any throw.
I mean, he can.
And he can. He 100%.
He has the arm talent. Okay, he was really efficient with it.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome in this game.
He was efficient, threw 2 touchdowns, 242 yards, and ran the ball pretty solidly. Yeah, I mean, he can make all the throws. It's just stacking the game to game, week to week. Like, he just needs to be more consistent. And because I think we've all come to the agreement that Ben Johnson can coach, and he should be the future head coach for this Chicago Bears for decades, if that is possible, if nothing goes horribly wrong. But yeah, as long if Caleb Williams can get that consistency down, I think they will build a really competitive roster. And yeah, he can. His escapability is insane, and he can throw the ball like almost the entire length of the field. Like he has an arm.
He's one of those quarterbacks. Like when he throws it, it just looks different. It's like it's got some crazy. Like for an NFL quarterback, that's crazy velocity. So, I mean, they got the test. They got the test this week against the Packers. So part 2 for that. They're at home.
Yeah.
You cannot lose this one if you're the Bears.
You cannot. Solo stage, dude.
Even at some point, like I understand, like after
they
lost
the Saturday game.
Yeah, I know after they lost that game last week to them, it was like, hey, moral victory. You played the Packers in Lambeau close. You can't lose this one. There's no moral victories here. You got to beat them. You're at home. You're coming off a rout. They're coming off a loss. They're going on back-to-back road games.
They're at home.
Like you cannot
Packers
drop
favored
this game
again. How did they keep getting away with this?
Of course they are. I will say they did
only 1.5 though. Only 1.5.
Oh wow, that's changed. Okay. We're gonna have to see about that one.
Open -3 Packers.
Okay, so everybody's betting that Bears one down. Everybody loved that Bears +3, and it's been bet down. So that tells you where that money is coming in. People are high on the Bears plus those points. We'll see if it stays. I mean, 1.5 might be the equilibrium. That might be where people start saying, okay, but I don't think the Packers are going to lose. So we'll see. But we'll let y'all go. We appreciate y'all. We love you. We cherish you. We're on Apple, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment, give us a rating. Tell your friends about us. Tell your family, but tell your mom about us. Okay, I bet your mom would really like our podcast. I don't mean that in a weird way. I'm just letting you know I think your mom would like our podcast because we are a good podcast. So we love you. We cherish you. Take it easy. Take it sleazy. We will catch you in a few days to talk about Week 16.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
It's so close. All right. Take it easy, guys. Bye.